Hello, Anne. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Joe. How are you?
Good. Thank you for making time to talk with me about health. And without further ado, we'd just like to jump into the questions here.
Sure.
So, the first question is, can you take us back to the moment when you realized your weight had become a serious health concern?
Sure. So my weight has always been an issue, but really never bothered me because I kind of just learned how to dress around my weight. Um, but COVID year 2020 was the year of the lockdown, and I worked from home, and that is when I built up most of the weight, the highest I've ever been. Um, but again, there's no going out, there's no dressing up, it's working from home. So, the weight just kind of snuck in and just built up. And because I'm not wearing my most of my clothes, I'm staying in my in-house clothes, I could not really feel the weight building up. But it was not until early 2021 when I felt something is wrong. I could just tell something is wrong. And one of the signs I saw in my body was um, heavy snoring, to the point that I could hear complaints from my family members. And to be honest, I could actually feel myself snoring. It was that bad. And but the turning point for me was really one night as I slept. I had heart palpitations, and just because I was asleep, it was kind of the sensation was kind of magnified, if I may say so, and I really felt as though I would die. It was an experience that I've not had before. Before that, my weight was only an issue in terms of dressing, and I could tell I'm heavy. But at that point, I really felt that I had crossed a line, and now my health had begun to show signs that something is off. And in that moment, not knowing what heart palpitations were, I just knew that my something was wrong with my heart. And I desperately made a cry to God because I'm a woman of faith. And I cried because I felt like that night would be the night I would die. And so my cry to God was, Lord, please do not let me die tonight. And I knew I needed to do something with my weight. I just did not know what. And so that's when I started doing exercises. We were still under lockdown, and I would go for YouTube videos, like, what people would typically do, because the gyms were still closed. And so I would do exercises. Um, but to be honest, I was frustrated because I could not see the results. And so, at least that got me to start some kind of progress towards trying to lose the weight.
Interesting. So, did you hire a coach for your weight loss, or did you do it by yourself and then hire a coach afterwards?
I'll be honest, I tried. I did try to do lots of workouts by myself. I did try um, one weightless program with a coach, but that's they call it beach body. I tried
Hmm.
that and got frustrated. I tried doing YouTube videos and fixing my nutrition by myself. That frustrated me as well. And my turning point was when I was scrolling on Facebook and I stumbled upon a coach, very fit young lady, and I listened to her message. I saw before and after pictures of her clients, and I was like, something, this cannot be true. And people had lost 100 pounds, people had lost 80 pounds, and so I'm like, and at that time, the coach was running a weight loss challenge. I believe it was a 21-day weight loss challenge. And she was charging, I want to say, $25 for the 21 days.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I've wasted more than $25.
that's true.
And so I took the chance and said, it could be a scam or it could not, but $25, and I stand a chance of knowing what these people know, or rather her clients know, because I've seen the before and after. And so I took the chance. I paid a total stranger on Facebook. I sent my money. Emails started coming in about how the program runs and when it's going to start, what I need to do to prepare. And so the day came and I started the program. And to my amazement, in the first week alone, I lost 10 pounds. I had never lost that much in such a short time. So, yes, I did pay a coach to start me off in the journey.
So was the coach doing more, it was body exercise and nutrition, or
And
how did it work?
it was actually 100% nutrition. And
Mm.
those are the things that attracted me to the coach because it was 100% nutrition based. And you still get to eat a lot of the Kenyan foods that you typically eat. Um, so it was 100% nutrition and no exercise, and you still get to eat carbs. So I think that those were the catchy phrases or promises that made me want to dare to step in and hear more.
Interesting. Besides the number on the scale, what changes in your health and confidence surprised you the most?
I mean, it was mind blowing. That past week was enough for me to want to do more because in 1 week alone, I could tell because I'm a heavy sleeper.
Hmm.
But in that 1 week, I would wake up before my alarm clock. I was used to snoozing my alarm clock 3, 4 times before I could get up.
Interesting.
But in that 1 week, I would sleep and feel so refreshed. I would wake up before my alarm clock. I was full of energy. I just felt light. I felt vibrant, and just joy because losing 10 pounds in 1 week for me that was enough motivation to just boost me and to continue with the journey. The other thing was my skin cleared out. I always had breakouts,
Mm,
but in 1 week my skin started glowing and everybody was asking. I had only lost 10 pounds,
mm.
but my skin was speaking and saying something's changing, and
Interesting.
just because of nutrition.
Interesting. So, could you give us an example of maybe a food that you ate before and you ate less of that, or you completely took it away from your diet and it brought you the positive changes that you're talking about?
Absolutely. So one of the things that I have come to discover is an enemy to my health and my progress is sugar.
Mm,
um, I was an addict, a sugar addict. I
mm-hmm,
would say that anything with sugar will get me hooked.
mm-hmm,
But that's the one thing the program required us to drop 100%. Just because the program is really uses nutrition science and body science,
mm-hmm.
and so the effect of what sugar does in your body, um, you know, spiking your blood sugar and bringing down the blood sugar and bringing sugar spikes
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of release of insulin, which is the fat storage hormone. So the more you're doing that, the more you're going to end up storing a lot of the fat or the excess energy that you eat in form of food. And so getting rid of that, one, I believe that also helped me with clearing my skin, but also the belly weight started shrinking. And so, yeah, sugar is the one thing that I had to get rid of 100%.
So, you lost 52 pounds?
Yes, I did lose 52
That
pounds.
that is incredible. So, what was the hardest part about staying consistent? Because 52 pounds is not a joke. You have to show up every day, right?
Yes, you do have to show up every day. That first 1 week got me so motivated. Um, when you know something is working, you don't need extra motivation. The hardest step is that day one and getting through your body fighting the changes that you're trying to make.
Hmm.
But once you get through the first couple of days and you begin to see the scale coming down, and the we call them non-scale victories, like feeling energetic, being able to wake up without snoozing your alarm clock, feeling uh, radiant and feeling light, and heel pain and knee pain disappearing. Those are the motivators that keep you going. And that's the one thing my coach always emphasized: don't get stuck on the scale, focus on the non-scale victories.
Hmm.
Like you could tell your rings are fitting a little looser, your
Mm.
clothes are fitting a little looser. Those are the motivations that keep you going longer, as opposed to the scale, because you do get to a place where the scale may not move as fast as you want. And so the non-scale victories are what keep you motivated.
Interesting. So, at what point did you realize helping other women was your new passion?
Well, when I started losing the weight and it started showing,
Hmm.
that, I mean, everybody would just want to know. And I became so passionate because I just found something that actually works. And because this was also born from a prayer, and I'm a woman of faith. And so for me, sharing when I find solutions, because I believe that we are, as kingdom believers, we are called to be light to people. And light is not necessarily the word of God. It is, but it is more than the word of God. God can trust you with light in terms of, I have an answer to a problem that is other people are facing. And so I just naturally found myself sharing, which is who I am. If I find something that works and I know it can help somebody else, I'm very quick to share it. And just responding to people's questions about how are you losing weight, how are you doing it, and I would naturally just give out the information and help people. And I became a point of contact for anyone that's wanting to start the journey. But as I kept doing that, I realized it's stirring a passion inside of me, and I believe that I naturally love to teach. So, and finding a topic that I'm passionate about, something that I know people are suffering with, um, that the pairing, the teaching, the call to be a believer that shares light, and also having a practical solution that's working, that just, I just found myself wanting to now do it full time, because I realized there's a big need out there. There's a lot of women and men that are struggling with weight. There's lots of programs that are being sold that are not necessarily working, but finding one that works and one that does not get you out of your comfort zone too much, something that you can keep as a lifestyle. I just naturally found myself wanting to go into coaching.
Interesting.
Mhm.
So, for someone watching who feels hopeless right now, what's the very first step you tell them to take?
Well, first of all, I have to let people know that it's a journey. You do not wake up and build weight in one night. And the same way is true, losing it will not happen in one night. But there is hope. If I lost the 52 pounds, and I know people that have lost 100 pounds and even more, I just want to say that there is hope. There is lots of information out there, but finding the right information gets you to begin your journey. And one thing I always say is, never be ashamed to ask for help. If you find that whatever effort you're trying to put in your weight loss journey is not working, there is no shame in reaching out for help. I reached out to my coach and she helped me. And that's why I make it my point and my business to help other women. So there's no shame in asking for help. And you cannot get yourself out of a problem with the same level of information that you had when you got into that problem. You would have to increase or renew your mind and increase your knowledge in that area in order to overcome the challenges that you're facing. So find information, reach out to a coach. I'm available. I help people. And yeah, let's begin from there. But the bottom line is, it's doable. I did it. Many women are doing it. You just need to get in contact with someone that can help you and hold your hand.
Interesting. So, you mentioned people can get in contact with you. What is the easiest way to get in contact with you?
That would be, you can get me on Facebook. My name is Ann Dungu,
Hmm.
ANNNDUNGU. That is where I do a lot of education, teaching about weight loss, how I got there, demystifying a lot of information that is out there, and helping people to do very practical things as simple as, um, how much water should I be drinking? Because weight loss and water go hand in hand.
Hmm.
So I share a lot of information because I make it my point to educate people, because once you have the information and it's broken down to a level you can assimilate it and spring into action, then you begin your step one. So find me on Facebook. My phone number is 919-949-4278. reach out to me, send me a text, a WhatsApp text, call me, and we will schedule a one-on-one call. I'll get to know your journey, where you're at, hold your hand, and just direct you to where it is you need to start, what needs to change, and we move on from there. And the next is your 52 pounds going down.
Thank you. And thank you very much for sharing your incredible journey. And I hope people will see this and will be enlightened, and
Sure.
hopefully they can get their health journey started and stuff. Thank you very much.
And thank you for letting me share.
Yep.